Hey y'all, welcome back to Reality Check Please. I'm your host Cassie and happy Friday. We are at the end of the week finally, and we're starting it off with our 1 minute with God devotional. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hit that like, share, comment, subscribe button. Let me know where you're watching from. We do recaps of reality TV, a little bit of food service industry, and Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we kick off our days with the devotional. So let's jump right in. Today, we are continuing the devotional that we started on Wednesday called Witness on the Bible app. It's in the description down below if you want to read it along with us. Day 2 is called For You Have Been With Me. And it says, typically when we think of the word witness or evangelism, we think of it as a verb, an action to be taken. Now, witnessing for Jesus to the world around us certainly requires a step of faith on our part. But what if witnessing to others about Jesus is not just something we are called to do, but someone we are in the process of becoming? In the context of the gospel of Jesus Christ, what if the word witness is just as much a noun as it is a verb? By definition, a witness is someone who has knowledge of an event from a personal observation or experience, applying that thinking to the life of a follower of Jesus. A witness is someone who has been with Jesus and therefore can and surely must testify to what they have seen and heard. Indeed, Jesus himself, when speaking to his disciples, said, "When the advocate comes, whom I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth who goes out from the Father, he will testify about me. And you all must testify, for you have been with me from the beginning." John 15:26-27. Now you and I certainly can't physically walk and talk with Jesus in the same way the disciples did some 2,000 years ago. However, we can carve out regular time alone with Jesus through the practices of solitude and silence. In solitude, we temporarily step out of the presence of others to draw near to Jesus alone. In silence, we turn off all the inputs coming at us from the world so that we might hear the words of Jesus clearly. Imagine that for the next 30 days, you were to schedule 1 hour a day to go for a walk with your spouse or a close friend. Imagine what this would do for your relationship with that person. Imagine how well you would get to know them on a soul level. Now imagine after 30 days, you were given the opportunity to witness, to testify about the life and character of your spouse or friend. But what if you and I were to commit the same kind of time alone, walking and talking with Jesus? Just imagine who we might become. Our witness, what we testify about Jesus, would surely become the overflow of time spent in close proximity with him. When our hearts are full as a result of an intimate, interactive relationship with Jesus, the person we are becoming, a witness for him, can't help but spill out onto the lives of those around us. I love this because it's kind of giving it into perspective of what a witness is like in the daily life. Obviously, we already read John 15:26-27. It was in the devotional. The second Bible verse that's going to back this up is Acts 2:32-33. It said, God raised Jesus from the dead, and we are all witnesses of this. Now he is exalted to the place of highest honor in heaven at God's right hand. And the Father, as he had promised, gave him the Holy Spirit to pour out upon us, just as you see and hear today. The third Bible verse is Luke 5:16. It says, "But Jesus often withdrew to the wilderness for prayer." In the show The Chosen, me and Manny started watching it around Easter. We started it from the very beginning and we were so hooked. We binged it that we got through everything, and then we were sitting around waiting for season 5 to come out on Amazon Prime. Season 5 is when you start to see Jesus, because it's leading up to the crucifixion. It's leading up to him returning to Israel or Jerusalem for the Passover, for, him being turned into the Roman soldiers. And you get to see where Jesus truly does go off into the wilderness. And you see it more from his point of view, not just from everyone else's. Honestly, throughout everything, Luke 5:16 is what hit me the most, because not only is Jesus or God asking for us to retreat and go off and like set that time alone to be with God, and Jesus did the exact same thing. So it's powerful. It's powerful. So in order to be a witness, you have to personally know the person or the situation at hand. How can you be a witness to of God and Jesus and the gospel if you don't know these people, if you don't know God, if you don't know Jesus? So let that be something that you meditate on throughout this weekend. Have a blessed Friday. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and we'll see you later for another reality check. Bye, guys. Happy Friday.